He was rich and happy. And then all of a sudden,
The fire of God fell from the sky.
The oxen were plowing, the donkeys grazing, and the Sabaeans attacked. Your sons and daughters, they were feasting. A great wind struck the house. It collapsed. They are gone.
The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away.
Strike his flesh, and he will curse you.
will he curse God?
Long ago, in a land called Uz, there lived a man named Job, blameless and upright. He feared God and turned away from evil. His life overflowed with blessing. 7 sons, 3 daughters, 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, 500 donkeys, and a vast household of servants. Among the people of the East, Job stood as the greatest. Each time his children gathered to feast and celebrate their birthdays, Job would rise early afterward and offer burnt sacrifices for each of them. Perhaps, he thought, they have sinned in their hearts. He walked in reverence, in humility, in constant awareness of the holy. But far beyond the fields of Uz, beyond even the stars, there came a day when the angels stood before the throne of God, and with them came the accuser.
Where have you come from?
From roaming the earth, going back and forth on it.
Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil.
Does Job fear you for nothing? Have you not placed a hedge around him, blessing everything he touches? Stretch out your hand and strike what he has, and he will curse you to your face.
Very well then. Everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself, do not lay a finger.
And so calamity came, not as a whisper, but as a flood.
The oxen were plowing, the donkeys grazing, when the Sabaeans attacked.
The servants are slain, I alone escaped. The fire of God fell from the sky.
The sheep and the servants are gone.
The Chaldeans formed 3 raiding parties. They took the camels, killed the servants.
Your sons and daughters, they were feasting. A great wind struck the house. It collapsed. They are gone.
Job rose. He tore his robe. He shaved his head. Then he fell to the ground in worship.
Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart.
The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away.
May the name of the Lord be praised.
In all this, Job did not sin or accuse God of wrongdoing. Another day, another gathering in heaven, and again Satan stood among the angels.
Have you considered my servant Job? He still maintains his integrity, though you incited me to ruin him without cause.
Skin for skin. A man will give everything he owns to save his life. Strike his flesh, and he will curse you.
Very well, he is in your hands, but you must spare his life.
And Satan went out. He struck Job with loathsome sores, from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. Job sat among the ashes, scraping himself with broken pottery.
Are you still holding to your integrity? Curse God and die.
You speak as one who is foolish. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?
In all this, Job did not sin with his lips. 3 friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, heard of Job's suffering. They came together, journeyed from afar to sit with him. When they saw him from a distance, they did not recognize him. They wept aloud, tore their robes, sprinkled dust on their heads. And for 7 days and nights they sat in silence. No one spoke, for his suffering was too great for words.
May the day I was born perish, and the night that said, a boy is conceived. Why is life given to those in misery, to the bitter of soul, who long for death, but it does not come?
His lament pierced the stillness like thunder in dry skies, and his friends, disturbed, began to reason.
Consider this. Who that is innocent has ever perished? Trouble does not sprout from the ground. It comes from sin.
If you are pure, God will restore you. Surely your children died for their own wrongdoing. Your talk is excessive. Repent, and peace will return.
Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him. I will argue my case before him. I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand upon the earth. And though my skin be destroyed, yet in my flesh I will see God. I myself will see him with my own eyes, how my heart yearns within me.
And then, as the heavens darkened and the winds began to churn, a storm gathered on the horizon, a storm not born of nature, but of glory. Out of the whirlwind, the voice of God broke forth.
Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me.
Job stood still, awestruck, his face to the dust, as the voice continued, not to destroy, but to reveal.
Where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth? Tell me, if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. On what were its footings set? Or who laid its cornerstone? While the morning stars sang together, and all the angels shouted for joy. Have you ever commanded the morning, or shown the dawn its place? Have you journeyed to the springs of the sea, or walked in the recesses of the deep? Tell me, Job, do you know where light lives, or where darkness resides? Can you bind the chains of the Pleiades, or loosen Orion's belt? Can you bring forth the constellations in their seasons, or lead out the bear with its cubs? Do you know the laws of the heavens? Can you set up God's dominion over the earth? Do you give the horse its strength, or clothe its neck with a flowing mane? Do you make it leap like a locust, striking terror with its proud snorting? It laughs at fear, afraid of nothing. It does not shy from the sword. Does the hawk take flight by your wisdom and spread its wings toward the south? Does the eagle soar at your command and build its nest on high? Who provides food for the raven when its young cry out to God? Look at Behemoth, which I made along with you. It eats grass like an ox. What strength it has in its loins, what power in its belly. Its tail sways like a cedar. Its bones are tubes of bronze. It ranks first among the works of God. Can you pull in Leviathan with a fishhook, or tie down its tongue with a rope? Will it beg you for mercy? Can you make a pet of it like a bird, or put it on a leash for your children? Lay a hand on it, and you will remember the struggle. You'll never do it again.
Each word pierced through Job's heart, not with judgment, but with truth. The glory of creation, the vastness of the cosmos, the untamed wildness of life. None of it Job could master, none could he even fully grasp. Then Job spoke. His voice was quiet, broken, reverent.
I am unworthy. How can I reply to you? I put my hand over my mouth. I spoke once, but I have no answer. Twice, but I will say no more.
But the Lord spoke again, not in wrath, but with majesty.
Will the one who contends with the Almighty correct him? Let him who accuses God answer.
Then Job, humbled and undone, replied,
My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. Therefore I despise myself and repent in dust and ashes.
My anger burns against you and your 2 friends, for you have not spoken of me what is right, as my servant Job has. Now therefore take 7 bulls and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up a burnt offering for yourselves. And my servant Job shall pray for you, for I will accept his prayer, not to deal with you according to your folly. For you have not spoken of me what is right, as my servant Job has.
So Eliphaz the Temanite and Bildad the Shuhite and Zophar the Naamathite did what the Lord told them, and the Lord accepted Job's prayer. And the Lord restored the fortunes of Job when he had prayed for his friends, and the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Then came to him all his brothers and sisters and all who had known him before, and ate bread with him in his house. And they showed him sympathy and comforted him for all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. And each of them gave him a piece of money and a ring of gold. And the Lord blessed the latter days of Job more than his beginning. And he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 female donkeys. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he called the name of the first daughter Jemimah, and the name of the second Kezia, and the name of the third Keren-Happuch. And in all the land there were no women so beautiful as Job's daughters. And their father gave them an inheritance among their brothers. After this, Job lived 140 years, and saw his sons and his sons' sons 4 generations. And Job died an old man and full of days. The story of Job endures not only because of his suffering, but because of his faith. He questioned, he mourned, he lamented, but he never let go. And in the whirlwind, he met not just answers, but the living God. He reminds us, though we may not understand our pain, though the mystery may run deep, there is one who holds the cosmos together, and he sees us. He is just, he is sovereign, and he is near. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the powerful story. We believe in bringing the timeless wisdom of the Bible to life, making it accessible for everyone, everywhere. If this story touched your heart, and if you want to hear more incredible Bible stories that inspire, teach, and uplift, we invite you to become part of our community at Living Faith Motion. By joining, you're helping us continue to bring these powerful stories to life, free for all to watch and experience. Your support in any form means the world to us. Whether you share our work, contribute your time, or donate, you're helping to spread the message of faith, hope, and resilience. Together, we can reach more hearts and change more lives. Join Living Faith Motion today and help us keep this mission alive, accessible, and free for everyone. Thank you for being a part of this movement of faith. Your support means more than words can say. Together, we can inspire and build a world rooted in faith.